Hey everyone, Trenton here with Allegis. I'm going to talk today about Riskalyze again, as usual. This time we're going to be discussing how do we sync a client with Orion, or AMP as we call it. There are two instances in which you will need to sync an account with Orion. One is for your prospective clients. Let's say you've got someone who's not your client yet. You go through the Riskalyze process and you both decide to open an account. How do you then sync that account that you had already made in Riskalyze with what is now in Orion as fed from the custodian? For example, you open an account with client A, the account is opened in TD. From TD, that feeds into Orion. How do you get that into Riskalyze without making a second Riskalyze account? We'll start with that one first. I've got an example here under Chris's account, and I'm the client. I was a prospective client. We talked, and we decided we would open something up at TD, and now Chris would like to sync me with Orion so that no matter what happens to my portfolio, it will always be reflecting what is going on in TD or the other custodians if you do Fidelity or Schwab. From this client view, we go to More and press Integrations. You'll see a box pop up, and where it says Search Orion Clients, I'm going to click, and I recommend the last name. Obviously, certain last names are more common, like Smith, but sometimes the way TD puts out the name that feeds into Orion is maybe a little different than how you maybe refer to your client. So it's just a good starting point. You see the last name, and then you can kind of pick out what's yours. Keep in mind, the list will, only include clients that are yours, so it shouldn't be too long. Here I see my name pop up now. It shows it many times. I don't know why, but it's basically reflecting what I have at TD. I'm going to click one of the names. And once you see the loading bar stop, you see the Orion logo pop up. I'll close this out and we'll take a look. Now in my case, I don't have anything on my account that I have at TD, but I do have an account at TD. I actually made it when I was testing things out for account opening with Riskalyze. So here's a logo that lets me know this is now syncing with Orion, and here's what you would find. Were it to be an account of your client, it would patch through whatever positions they have. Also notice it started to patch in my name and tried to add anything else. Depending on what the account is for your client, it'll try and make a name for it, maybe Trenton Laporte IRA. You might even see some what seem to be cut-off words. That's the system just trying to pull certain data fields and make sense of it for a title. Feel free to make it whatever you want. Let's say this was my IRA. We can call it Trenton Laporte IRA. I could delete it all and put something else. IRA account number 1, and that would work. So once you've made the title that you'd like for that account, then you can carry on. You've got set up what you need to, and you can just revert to that client's account whenever. Keep in mind, for instances where the account was more immediately created, like let's say it was created today, if you were to sync this, you would probably still see 0, or you'd see the amount of cash or something like that. Like let's say we traded on it today. It won't show up till tomorrow in Orion because TD first has to send a feed to Orion and then Orion to Riskalyze. But there's a nightly feed that is updated, and you'll get that information synced within the next day or two. The other instance, hopefully less common, but probably at the offset more common, is when you have an existing client already on platform at one of the custodians, and thus they are found in AMP or Orion, and you want to sync them with Riskalyze. So let's say we have a current client and we want to sync them. You go back to your dashboard as you saw me do just a moment ago. I clicked Riskalyze. That can always take you to the dashboard. and then you click Add Client. You'll notice by default it shows the AMP logo or the Orion logo. When this logo is showing, it means it's going to do what we did before. It's going to search the Orion database for clients associated with your rep code, and your rep code in Orion, not your rep code at the custodian, because there are 3 custodians, and it will try and find them. So were Chris to do it from here, let's say I was an existing client and I didn't have an account on Riskalyze yet, he would click this name, it would create my account. Let's see if we can get it to work since I already did it. Okay. And it just made a new one for me based on that. And that's how you sync it with a current client that is not yet in Riskalyze. Saves you the step of creating them and then doing more integrations. So those are the 2 ways to get people synced up with Orion. If you have any questions, always feel free to give us a call or send us an email, and we'd be happy to help. Thanks and have a great day.